So you've always run the business very lean. It sounds you're very diligent in how you paid yourself. And going into that first hire, I recognize that it didn't work out the way that you wanted it to. Was there fear and trepidation about bringing on that first employee, or were you at a point in the business that you were just like, no, this is so easy. This is a no-brainer?
No, I mean, it was at the point where I needed help. I need somebody to do this, and I can't do it all myself. I need somebody else. And I've tried with all my hires to hire people that can do different things. I frequently tell people, I don't need a bunch of people who are just alike. I need a bunch of different people who are good at different things, specifically things I'm not good at. I'm always looking for somebody to do what I can't do. And then, of course, as the business has grown and I've had to relinquish responsibility and recognize I'm no longer good at this anymore, I need to let somebody else do it because I'm too distracted with other things.
Is it hard for you to relinquish responsibility as the business owner?
Not for the last 10 years. It's hard to find people willing to take the initiatives that you want them to, and equally as hard to get them to understand that you want them to take that initiative. So you've got two challenges ahead of you. The first challenge is you want somebody who's going to take initiative, ask for forgiveness, not for permission, right? And even if you've found somebody who's totally gets that and is willing to do it, now you got to make sure they understand that you're okay with that because they've been trained by all their previous performance that, all their previous employers, that I know I said that, but I didn't really mean it. It's okay to go out there and make mistakes and do things. So it is. And I'm a big believer that, when things don't work out, you look yourself in the mirror and say, okay, it's your fault. And, how are you going to correct this? And how are you going to do it better next time?
So you said that in the last 10 years, it's been really easy to delegate and shed responsibilities. In the first part of your career, was it harder?
I think it was, just like a lot of people. I think I fell into that trap of, I know how to do this. I can do it better myself. It'll just be faster if I do it myself. It has literally taken me the last probably half of this business venture to get into more of the mindset that I wished I had in the first. And that is how people had treated me. They left me with stuff with infinite patience. I remember being out at a small county in Texas and calling my audit partner and saying, I don't know how to do this. And his answer was, neither do I, but you can't come home until you'd figure it out. We probably charged 2 weeks worth of labor for that audit. And I was there for months, but I came out having a deep understanding of how county governments work and how the county government finance system works. And I just used it over and over and over. So I'm very thankful that I had that kind of leadership when I was younger, just out of school. My fault. Took me way too long to get to that. And as each year goes by, I get better at it.
Do you remember the first thing that you handed off to somebody and said, I'm going to let you run with this?
The first thing? Well, I probably did it. I probably did it back when I was director of finance. It was a bank rec. It was like, I'm not going to help anymore with this bank rec. I said, a bank rec is nothing but differences. You got 2 books. Just tell me what the differences are. And they would come in, they'd start telling me a story. And I said, well, how much are you off? And so we're off, $5,700. And I said, you don't know what all the differences are. I really don't need a story. I just need to know what all the differences are. Then I can tell you what to do with the differences. I was playing goalie, just kicking the puck back into play. Again, I almost lost an employee over that because they couldn't do it. And that not taking it away from them was just driving them bananas. I don't know that there's a perfect way to do it, but I started back then. Probably when I have it all figured out is when I'm no longer doing the solution sales in my business, but I've got other people doing it for me. That's the Alamo. That's the last stronghold.
When you started the company, you were selling the work, you were doing the work. Before you hired your first person, you were sending the orders off to the partner. Obviously, you're not doing all of those things now. What does the day-to-day look like for you today?
Oh, I'm almost embarrassed to tell you. A lot of it is self-motivation. What do I need to be looking at today? It's easy for me to get distracted and sidetracked. Developing opportunities and introducing people to Sage Intacct. That's a full-time job. And if I can find the right person, I probably need help there. The second side is marketing. Just like you hated accounting, I hated the marketing classes. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Doesn't make sense to me. 2 + 2 doesn't equal 4. So I've struggled with contractors, struggled with making sense out of our spend. We just keep increasing the spend, but I still struggle with that. And I've decided I've learned how to fly an airplane. I've learned how to ride a motorcycle. I've learned how to scuba dive. Surely I can figure out marketing. Surely I can learn this somehow. So I am spending part of my time there, because just delegating and just spending in-house, out-house, it seems to always come back to me anyway.
Okay.
It's like, well, Mike, this is your company. You need to invest more time in it. That's what the marketing people usually end up telling me in the end.